for others to join us. Meanwhile, as we are here, kindly go to the group or share on your status we are live so that more people can join us and also take advantage of what we have to for today. Okay, we are live. We are live. Exactly 8:03, so that more people can join us before we kickstart immediately. Okay, 1 more minute and we grow. Welcome again to today's webinar. If you can hear me well, type 1 in the comment section. If you can hear me, type 1 in the comment section. Okay, 1 more minute and we roll. Welcome. So today we are going to be talking about something very important. In fact, like I've gotten some messages, like different people sending me the same message that they bought a property. After buying it, like they say they want to resell in like a few years, and when they are ready to resell, they are saying that this is not really the kind of property I wanted to buy, and they don't even know where to begin again. How will they sell it and buy what they want to buy and all of those kind of things? And I know that when you're going to invest, you want to invest in a property or in an opportunity that is worthwhile, that will give you great value for your money and also give you great returns for your investment, right? So today we are going to be touching this very crucial topic: how to select the best properties for land banking investment. You want to do land banking investment? This is how you select the best properties for you. That is what we are going to be discussing on totality in today's webinar. Okay, so it is 8:03 and we are going to kickstart immediately. Now, first of all, what is land banking? When we are talking about land banking, people usually think that it's just about you going to the bush and buying properties. Land banking is holistic. In fact, let me break it down in a way you understand. Land banking is this: you want to buy a property, but you don't want to build on it immediately. You don't want to use that land immediately. You want to just buy it and keep. As long as that is what you are doing land banking. Because land banking entails buying now, keeping, and in the future. It could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 10 years. In the future, you want to either resell or develop. That is land banking for you. Now, whether you are doing it short term or long term, it greatly depends on you and your goals. Okay, are we following? Are we following? Okay, so the first thing I would want to touch when it comes to choosing the best properties for you is one, actually deciding on your goal. What is the goal for this land banking investment? Are you buying this land for a future project? Say you want to buy this property now, but it's not like you want to build on it immediately. You want to build, and let's say in the next 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. You need to decide on why you actually want to go and make this investment. Are you investing because you want to keep your money so that it doesn't lose value? You want to maintain the value of your money. Okay, so instead of keeping it in the bank, you want to store it on land. Are you buying because you want to resell? Like you want to do the business of land banking? That is buying to resell. Is that the reason why you are buying? The third is you want to invest for your children. Are you investing for your children? Now you need to decide which of these are your priority for investing in this property. This decision would actually engineer and focus and keep you focused on where to look at. So it doesn't matter what is in the market, you literally know where to go to because of your own desired goal. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to literally know the best way. Like you know where to go to. As we are progressing, I'm going to show you how. Now the second thing is you will need to decide your time threshold. How long are you willing to wait? You need to decide your time threshold. How long do you think you are willing to wait for this investment? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 20 years? What is your time threshold? This is going to literally decide the best location where you should go and invest to get the most value for your money. You need to really decide what your time threshold is. Okay, now once you have done these two, then you can now sit down and say, okay, this is where I should go and this is where I should go. How do you decide where you should go? How do you know the right place to go when you've made your own decision on the goal for your investment? And two, your time threshold. I like to say that there are two types of land banking, but really, in this context, I want to say that there are three types of land banking investments. One, the short-term land banking. Two is the long-term land banking. And three is late land banking. Like I told you in the beginning, land banking is whenever you are buying a property and you are not using it immediately. You are not developing it immediately. As long as you are keeping that property for a while, you are land banking, either short term or long term. Okay? Now, when we are talking about short term land banking, is a period of like you buying a property and living it for like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and a maximum of 5 years. That is short term land banking. Now, the long-term land banking is whatever that is above 5 years. From 6 to 20 years, 30 years is long-term land banking. Then, when we are talking about the late land banking, is literally you investing in an already developed location. Like people are already living here. You actually came late. So you are buying. There are people that love this kind of places. You are buying there, but you want to keep it. You don't want to build on it now. You could in the later years decide to resell that area. Okay, it all depends on you and what you want to do. Are we following? Are we following so far? Now, late land banking is whatever you are doing, you buy a property and you are looking at keeping it within 12 to 18 months before you start developing. If that is what you want, then there are specific locations for that. So that when you go to invest, you don't invest in the wrong location. And maybe they use sweet mouth and say, yes, now 2 years, everywhere here is already developed in 2 years. Whereas statistically, this is not going to happen in 2 years. As we are seeing the development, it is not going to happen in 2 years. Now I'm going to show you how to literally know where we develop within these time ranges and then go to that location and invest. Okay, now how do you determine these locations? How do you determine these locations? I'm not going to spend much time in today's webinar really, but we are going to dissect it very, very well. How do you determine these locations? It is by studying the trend of development in the states you are investing in. Simply by studying the trend of development in the states you are investing in. Every state already has some places that are already fully developed. It is the city center. They are called the city center of the state. Now, when you are looking at the trend of development in that area, the places could be in axis. There could be this axis, and this is where the development is moving towards this axis. This axis, this is where the development is moving towards this axis. I'm going to use Port Harcourt as my case study in all of these webinars because that is where I am majorly operating in right now. Now, when we talk about this trend of development in Port Harcourt, literally, the city center from Aba Road, Elios, once you pass Elios, we are entering Rumuboko, right? From Rumuboko, you are entering Igrita. All of these areas are already fully developed. All of these areas are already fully occupied. People live. This is major areas in the city. And after Igrita, the next place the development is moving to is Igritale. Igritale. Now, because this is the trend of development, it is literally telling you that this is the next place development is going to move to. And in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, yeah, of course, there will be substantial development in this area. Have you seen how to classify where to invest depending on the type of land banking you want to do. Say someone that wants to do short-term land banking, that is between 2 years to 5 years. The best place to look at are places like that Igritali, because that is the next location for development. Studying the trend of development in Port Harcourt. Okay, that is one. Okay, that is how to actually know it. Now, another area is Eneka. Another area is Woji Alessa. Now, Woji is already fully developed. Where is the development moving to? The axis of Alessa. And there is already road construction to move people to that area, because that is the next point of development. Now, someone that wants to do short-term land banking, that is where you can go to. And in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, you can resell your property for very serious profits, because you have studied the trend of development in the state and investing in the right place. Are we following so far? Are we following? If you're following, type yes in the comment section. If you are following, type yes in the comment section. Let me see you. If you are following, type yes in the comment section. All right, let's continue. Now, the second I'm going to be talking about is the long-term land banking. Now, studying this trend, this is how you know it. Like I said, from the city center, once you see the full development, where is the next place, the next community after this city center? That is the next place for development. Now, after this next place, where is the next community after the short-term land banking area? These are the areas you'll be looking at for long-term land banking, because once development fully dominates this next location for development, that is the locations for land banking, the next place is moving to is those locations for long-term land banking. Now, how do you position yourself is how, as people are buying these areas that development is moving to, you too that want to do long term, go and invest in those bushes, because development is definitely going to come there, but long term. Are we understanding this? Are we flowing with this now? Have you seen how to really calculate the right place to invest? Not just like anywhere. No. Once you know what you want from the market, the best locations are looking at you in the face. Are we following? Now, when we talk about long-term land banking locations in Port Harcourt, we are talking about Ipo, Omagwa, Abara. As you can see, from Igrita, we are entering Omagwa. From Omagwa, we are entering Ipo. After Ipo, the next one is Abara. And these areas are long-term. Are we not seeing it? It is literally by calculating and checking the trend of development in any state you want to invest in. That is how it happens everywhere. Now you can literally now classify the best locations for you depending on your own particular need. What type of land are you investing because you want to just keep this money now? Not that you want to build, but I want to build in the next 2 years. I want to build in the next 3 years. Where can I invest now with the money I have? So that when I'm ready to build, I already have the land. This is just by you checking the next place development is going to. And in 2 years, in 3 years, you can literally do whatever you want to do in your piece of land. Are we following? Now, how do you now select the best properties? Say you have figured out the best locations for your land banking investments. You have figured out where to go for land banking, the particular place to go for your own specific goal in investing. How do you now select the best location, the best properties in that location for you? Now, when we're talking about short, I will take it like this. First, the short-term land banking. Second, the long-term land banking. And then we talk about the late land banking. Now, when we're talking about the late land banking, like I said, these areas are already fully developed. They are already fully developed. But you can still see some plots of land there, just scattered around there, one or two, or mini estates. These areas are already buildable. People who already live there. Okay, so let's say you want to buy properties now. You want to buy a property, but you want to literally use it, either resell in the next 12 months or in the next 18 months, or build in the next 12 to 18 months. These are the areas you'll be looking at, because that is already where the development is. Your time threshold does not allow you to go to short-term land banking locations. Do you understand now? Because you've understood your time threshold, buying properties in short-term land banking locations are not really the best for you at that point, because what you want to do is within 12 to 18 months. So where you'll be concentrating on are places that already have development. These are the places that already you can consider the city centers. That is where you will go to and buy property. And you just be, when you go there, just look for developing location, developing estates around there, or estates that still have few plots around there, and buy and keep. By the time you're ready to develop, your neighbors are already living there safe. Do you get? Now, how do you select the best properties for you? First, when we're talking about short-term land banking, how do you select the best locations, the best properties for it? One, you can take estates that are developing in these short-term land banking locations. Now, the good thing about land banking, this short-term land banking location, is that because development, this is the next point of call for development, almost everybody is moving there. Developers are moving there. Government is going there. Private entities are going there. Everybody is moving there. Why? Because they have already seen that, see, oh, this is the city center now. The next place that this development is going to is here. Let's rush and take over. Let's rush and take possession. And that is how you see development springing up around there. And because there are consistent development in this area, that is what will speed up that development, that in the space of 2 years, you can literally build and live there. Do you understand? Now, so in selecting the best properties for you in this location, just look for estates that are developing in this short-term land banking location. Take, for instance, places like in Port Harcourt, places like Igritali. Going to Igritali, you see estates that are developing around there. One is in Boeing Megacity. There are other estates around there. Go in there and invest for your short-term land banking. Short-term land bank. In these areas, properties around there ranges from 3 million to 6-7 million, depending. That is the range of properties around there. From 3 million to 6-7 million. Now, it depends on one, the closeness, and two, the level of development that has already happened in the estate. Do you understand? Now, the second way you can also select the best properties for you is to look for properties around the estates. See, when development comes and when there is already a factor helping development in that area, you also are at advantage. Do you understand? So looking at properties that are already around the estates that are developing also gives you an edge. Do you get? Because very soon, these estate companies are already helping matters. They're already developing. And because you are close to them, you tap from that grace. Do you understand? So when you are investing in properties around estate, it's usually much more cheaper though. But when you are investing for the purpose of resale, like your major issue, your major reason why you are investing for land banking is to resell, it is much better to invest in estates than in singular plots. Why? Estate lands are easier to resell and it gives you much more value. It gives you much more value because there is nobody that will see fine estate that he can invest in and now decide to, that will give them road network, give him security, give him street light, give him everything that he needs to have a comfortable life, and he now decide to buy a single piece plot when there is a better option in an estate. So when we are talking about resale, it is much better to invest in an estate because one, it is easier to resell. Two, it gives you much more value for your money. And three, it gives you much more money on resale. It gives you much more money on resale. Do you get? It is faster because when people already are already there, people have already bought their properties, they are already enjoying what the estate companies are doing. The next thing you will see is that the place is sold out. And once the place is sold out, the demand of that place has tripled. So if the place was sold out at, let's say, 5 million, you can literally sell that property for 10 million because the demand has tripled. Do you understand? Do you understand? Now, the second thing, the second the second point I'm going to be raising now is the long-term land banking. Long-term land banking. How do you select the right property for your long-term land banking? One, you can go straight to the community because you're literally investing in for long term, and you are investing in a community that is still very much growing. So you can literally go to the community. They are willing to sell, and they will sell very, 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 very cheap. As long as you know how to transact with communities, or you have a good property lawyer that knows how to transact with communities, you have an edge. Because investing directly from community is very cheap, but by the time you finish doing the right of the properties and then going on to register your property, because that's what I always tell people, it's not just about purchase. Literally, you can purchase a good property, but the rights you do after purchase is what makes you the right owner, the legal owner of that property. Do you understand? So by the time you go on and register your property, do the survey and all of that, the value of your property has already on its own doubled. It has already on its own doubled. So that is why you see when estate companies go to acquire properties from communities, by the time they are selling, it is no longer as cheap because of the rights they have already done, and then going on to register property to become the full owners of that property. Do you get? But you can go, once you know how to transact with communities, you can go and acquire properties directly from communities and then perform the rights to that land and also register your land very well. Or you can invest in estates in these long-term locations, because you're not the only one seeing this move of development. There are very fast investors, very fast action takers. They are literally seeing, they want to go and take possession. There is something they call first movers advantage. The first person that goes there has the major advantage. The person has the advantage of time, he has the advantage of the products he gets, because of course they will sell the ones that are closer now. Do you get? So the person that comes first, then people that come later will now go to the back. So the person that goes first always has advantage. So you can literally decide to invest in estates in these locations. Estates coming up in these locations. Now, when we're talking about long-term land banking locations for Port Harcourt, we're talking about Ipo, we're talking about Abara, these major areas. These areas, you can in Abara, you can still see properties for 550,000 naira in estates. In estates. Now, when I'm saying in estate, you need to know the level of affordability that location is offering investors now. Why? Because it's a long-term area. It is a long-term area. Of course, as time passes, these areas graduate. Do you get? As time passes, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, these areas will no longer be as long-term as they are now. Why? Development is moving. Development does not stand in one place. It is not standstill in any way or any form. At all, at all. It is not standstill. So as time is moving, development is moving. These areas that are very much affordable now, they gradually become expensive. Now, who reaps the reward? People that are investing in it now. Do you understand? Now you can also decide to invest around major developments, major places of where people, where either community, either the government or private entities have interest in. Go there, pack some plots, maybe 2 plots or 3 plots or 5 plots or 2 acres or 2 hectares. Then it is still very much affordable. The only thing is that you got information on time. That is the difference. The only difference is that you got information. See, this is the master plan of the state too. The state is saying that in the next 2 years, this place, this is what they want to be doing there. In the next 5 years, this is what they want to do in this location. In the next 10 years, this is what must come into the state in this location. And you had this information on time. I mean, information is power, and it waits for nobody. If you don't take action, another person will hear it and take action. Do you get? So that is just the difference. The difference is in the information you hear. Are we following? Now again, let me reiterate the stages of land acquisition, because they are also the things that graduate the terms of investment when it comes to the time. It graduates both the long-term investment, short-term investment, and then finally late investment. Let's say you are investing in an estate. This is how this property will graduate from a long-term investment property or opportunity to a late investment opportunity. This is how it graduates. One, when the property is newly acquired, it is still very much long term. Still very much long term. Let's say this property was acquired in 2024 and you heard about it. At that point, the property could be selling for less than 1 million naira. That is new acquisition. It is still newly acquired. Now you can decide to take a step and buy that property at that point. And you are one of the earliest investors. One of the earliest. And because you are the first, the advantage of being the first is that you always get the best in any area you are the first in. Of course, you have the liberty to choose and get the best of it. Now, the second point is now the estate company now goes on to do the survey of the estate and then get the approval of the survey. That is the second step. And at this point, the property is still long term because it's still very much, a baby property. And then once the approval, the layout is approved, they now do a master plan of the estate. You get do a master plan of the estate, submit it for approval, and it's approved. The estate is now becoming more valuable. The value is now increasing little by little. It's increasing little by little. Next thing, they now go and do site plan and get the approval of the site plan to start development. Now, once development has started and is progressing, this estate is gradually moving from a long-term investment. Remember, all of these things don't happen quickly. Sometimes it takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before they happen. Now, once development have started and is increasingly growing in an estate, that site has gradually left long-term and is entering a short-term investment opportunity. And of course, you will see it by the progression of the prices of that estate. You will literally see this by the progression of prices, because it's not the price they sold it at long-term investment or new acquisition that they will sell it at this point. No, that is when you see price increase. Price have increased though. This price have increased though. This one have. These are the stages it's taking, and as at each stage is gaining more value. It is gaining more value in the market. Do you understand? Now, once the development starts, is now short term, and as the development progresses, major sites and services have been on ground. The road network are now done all over the estate. The drainages are already done all over the estate. The site and the street lights are already up. Everything, the major sites and services are done, and then they are entering the facilities they want to be in the estate. Let's say they want to have a golf course there. They are beginning to build it. Guess what? This estate is gradually leaving the short-term land banking phase and entering late land banking phase. Because once all of these things are done, people that own properties there will start developing there. That want to develop, they will start developing because they can now develop. And development of course is already hitting here massively. So they can now develop. And by the time development is completed, you'll now be seeing like 1 or 2 plots that they kept for resale, 3 or 5 plots, or let's say 10 plots on maximum. Investing there, you are investing late. And because it is late investment, is because that's when you now have the time range of 12 to 18 months to do whatever you want to do, and it can succeed. You can literally do it within 12 to 18 months. Are we understanding? These are the stages a property goes to evolve from a long-term investment, and now people fully live there. That is how it evolves. So what stage did you meet yourself? Is it at the long term or the short term or late stage? Does it equate? Does it tally with your own specific goal? Does it tally with the goal of your investment? That is what you need to be asking yourself. Okay? Now, how do you know best estates to invest in? Say you want to do short-term land banking. How do you know the best estates to invest in? One, investing in estates owned by serious developers. Serious developers. How do you know serious developers? They are good with they are very speedy with their development or very speedy with their documentation. Excuse me. Because getting getting a major document for your property, let's say CFO or governor's consent, is not usually easy. But if someone is very serious, they go the extra mile of getting all of these things on point. So how do you know a serious developer? Either his documentation or his development is very speedy, or the both are on point. That is how you know a very serious developer. Very serious. So when you see estates owned by a serious developer, it's an edge for you. Very much an edge for you to invest in. Because of course you know that your investment cannot be stand still. It cannot. Every day you go there, you see something new. And as you are hearing, the property now has CFO, but when you bought it, it does not have CFO. That place, if you go there, you not even remember the bush you came for inspection in. That is what I mean. Who does it not give joy to hear these things about the investments you make? Now, let's say you bought that property when it was still a bush, and you are coming back again. You're already seeing a paved road. If you want to resell that property and bring someone here, say, I want to resell this property, and this property, I just want to sell it now. Just bring 10 million now. And the person is already seeing what's on ground, and he wants to build immediately, and he has the money. Won't he bring it out? That is why it's very much easier to sell estate properties, especially when you invest in the right place that has good speedy development. Do you understand? Now the second way to know a very fast or serious developer is the fast allocation they do. Fast allocation of clients. Fast allocation of clients. Fast allocation of clients. See, this allocation thing, it is becoming many people do not do it very fast, and you'll be wondering why. It's because most of the times the estate is still undergoing these stages of acquisition, and they don't want to allocate it yet until it gets to a particular stage. So they will be delaying and delaying, and sometimes communication is still very much So how do you know a very serious developer? A serious developer will always allocate fast. Why? Because he has already done everything. He has gone and done his documentation. He's already developing, so you know that nobody is disturbing him. So of course, when you invest, when you buy that place, and you can easily get your plots because everything has already been mapped out. Everything is already on ground. He's serious. He has already taken charge of everything because he has a plan, he has a direction, and he wants to meet up to it. You get? He's not relaxed. He's doing everything fast. So anybody that is entering this project with him is satisfied. And at every point they come to this project, they are seeing something new. They are seeing development. They are seeing progress. This is what makes us happy. And I know it makes investors happy as well. So that is how you know serious developers. They are very fast with their allocation. Every time you are seeing allocation, and sometimes you can even buy property and you can get allocated within the week because everything is already on ground. Do you understand? Are we following so far? Do we follow so far? If you're following so far, just type yes in the comment section so I know that I'm with people. Okay? If you're following so far, type yes in the comment section so I know that I'm with people here. All right? All right, all right. Are we following? Okay, I can see you. Yes, we are following. Welcome, Mr. King Charles. It's good to have you here again. Okay, so some of the properties you can take advantage of, I would list them between short-term land banking, long-term land banking, and of course, late land banking. So whichever one you want to do. Let's say you want to invest, but you don't want to build on it yet. You don't want to resell it yet. You want to invest and resell within 2 to 5 years. These short-term properties, short-term opportunities are the best to take advantage of. Now, let's say you want to do long-term land banking, like you don't have any need for money or for that investment at the moment. You are willing to wait. Like your time threshold allows you 5, 10 to 15 years of waiting. Then these long-term opportunities are the best for you. Now, let's say you want to buy property, you want to buy something now, you want to have a land now, but you don't like long term, you don't want to wait for that long, or you don't want short term, you want somewhere that is already fully developed. Like if you want to do something within 12 months, you can literally build within 12 months and pack in there within 12, 18 months. The late land banking opportunities are the best for it. So let's go. Properties for that you can take advantage of for your particular land banking investments. One, for the short-term land banking, Bowen Mega City in Italy is a perfect, beautiful option for you. Why? It is located in Italy, and like I said, Italy is one the major point of development now in that axis from Rumupoko, Igrita. The next point is Italy. So that is where development is currently on and moving to. So Bowie Megacity is a fast developing estate in Italy. Very fast developing estate. And at this point, there is a promo going on that you get a free fencing for every plot you buy, and also free documentation for every plot you buy within this period. So Italy is a beautiful option for you if you're looking to do short-term land banking. The second is Silver Park Annex. Silver Park Annex is located at Eneka, and Eneka is another location for short-term land banking in Port Harcourt. Eneka is a very fast developing location. In fact, there is a major project by the government situated in Eneka that will literally turn this location like this in minutes once that development is commissioned and is fully unused. The real estate there would catch fire. So it's a very good place you can do your short-term land banking on right now. Okay, these two are good properties that are verified, and I know it is perfect for you if you want to do short-term land banking in Port Harcourt. Okay, now when we're talking about long-term land banking, the best property, the best opportunities that are good and great options for it is one, the Port Harcourt Farm City. Port Harcourt Farm City is located in Abara, and it is let's say an agricultural real estate long-term land banking investment. It's because you're not just investing on land. As we are waiting for this land to mature, they are doing agriculture, they are cultivating the land, and also remitting the proceeds and giving you returns from the proceeds of your land. So as you're waiting for your land to mature, long term, you are still getting proceeds from your land. That is one thing Port Harcourt Farm City offers you. Port Harcourt Farm City is currently going for 550,000 naira per plot. Igritali is the Boeing Megacity in Italy is currently going for the phase one, 4,050,000 naira for the phase one, and in phase two, 3,375,000 naira during this period of promo. Now, the Port Harcourt Farm City is going for 550,000 naira per plot at the moment. Now, the second great option for long-term land banking is Tropicana Annex, located at Ipo in Port Harcourt, just after the airport. The next community you see is Ipo. Okay, so Tropicana Estate already has a C of O, okay, and it is currently going for 1.8 million naira, all inclusive. So when you buy, you don't pay for development again, you don't pay for your documentation, you don't pay for any other thing. So if you want to even start doing your fence, if you want to, you can start doing your fence. But it's a long-term land banking investment opportunity. The next is Sunshine Estate. Sunshine Estate is also located in the same location, just beside Tropicana Annex, and it is currently going for 1.2 million naira, also in Ipo Abara. Okay, now when we talk about late land banking opportunities, these opportunities are already they are located in developed areas already. Developed areas already. Like if you want to start building today, you can start building them today. And when you are done with your building, you can park in there today, because they are located in the city center, in the developed areas already. Okay, one is Flourish Estate. Flourish Estate is located at Rumokoko, Port Harcourt. After Elios, the next place you get to is Rumokoko. Okay, and it comes with a C of O. It is currently selling for 8 million naira, all inclusive as well. So for all of this, there are installment plans that you can take advantage of if you want to go, you want to pay on installments. There are good installment plans you can take advantage of. Okay, so that is one estate for late land banking or buy and build immediately. Either you call it late land banking or buy and build areas. Okay, now the second is Lake View Estate. It's located as Alo/Choba. That is where the Uniport is located. Uniport is located just beside Uniport. That is where this estate is. Okay, it is a good property for buy and build or late land banking. Currently going for 7,650,000 naira. Then the next, I love to call it luxury. It is luxury property because they are very limited part of it. Very limited by nature. This kind of properties, you don't see it every time because it is waterfront, and waterfront properties are limited by nature. Not you can see land everywhere, but you see that property that is beside water, they are not everywhere because everywhere is not water. So because they're already limited by nature, these properties have exponential return on investment, exponential appreciation. Okay, so if you are someone that loves nature, you want to build by the water side, you want to wake up every day and feel like you are waking up by the beach every day, this is one perfect property for you. It is called Atlantic View Estate. Now, Atlantic View Estate is located at Pimia Ama, off Peter Deli. After Peter Deli, we enter Abuloma Road. Just by Abuloma Road, you get to Fimiama Market and take your left. That is where Atlantic View Estate is located. So this is one beautiful property for you. If you love luxury, you love nature, you want to have a waterfront property. It is currently going for 15 million naira. So like I said, all of them have installment plans that you can take advantage of. Now, to take advantage of any of these opportunities, you can kindly, you can simply send me a WhatsApp message or call on 081 2055 2218 to book an inspection. Come see these places for yourself and also see how all of these neighborhoods look like. Okay, I would also recommend you stay updated to my page on YouTube, because I'm going to be sharing more updates on my YouTube channel about these properties and also real estate in Port Harcourt and in Enugu by extension. Okay, hope you got value from today. Hope you got value from today's life. Hope you got value from today's life. I literally came to this life tired because I mean this is Monday. Hey God, this is Monday, so it was not easy at all. I almost said that I'm not doing no. I'm not doing. I'm already very tired, but it has to be done. It has to be done. So I hope you got value for your time. I hope you can now see literally the best places to invest. No one can pressure you because you already know how to know the best places to invest. Just ask, where is development now? Like, where is the city center? Tell me about the city. Tell me about it. Okay. Now, development is moving where? Okay, that place development is moving. Before it is where? So you get an idea of the trend of development. Nobody can pressure you again, right? So I hope you got value for your time from this live. Hope you got value for your time from this live. Type yes in the comment section. If you did, let me hear from you. Hope you got value. I try, I not try. If there is something more you need us to implement in our subsequent life, also drop in the comment section. I want to read from you, literally. I want to hear from you. Okay? Drop in the comment section. Okay. So like, all right, I can see you. Yes, we got value. I'm so glad you did. I'm always so glad you get value for your time. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being in today's live. I am very glad you got value for your time. Okay, there is always a replay. If you joined late, if you are just joining, there is always a replay on my page. So you can literally just see everything we discussed about today. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me on today's live. And next week, by God's grace, on our next live, we are going to be talking about how you can make money from your land. See, land is not just resell. Oh. You know, let them just buy and keep. Even as they are keeping there, you can make money from it. Let it be bringing you money. As long as it's investment, it has to be bringing you money. Shebi. So in our next live, whenever it will be, by God's grace, next week, okay, I'm going to be talking about how you can make money from your land. So it's going to be a worthwhile class. So I will see you next time on this channel. So I come your way again. Enjoy a fantastic day. Meanwhile, if you want to take advantage of any property for short-term land banking, long-term land banking, or buy and build, or what we call late land banking, simply give me a call or send me a message on WhatsApp on 081 2055 2218. Let's discuss further. Let's see what you need and also see how we can provide that for you. Thank you so much. Until I come your way again, enjoy a fantastic week ahead. Enjoy a fantastic week ahead and bye for now. Bye.